Hi, this is Molly. In this video, I will explain how to prepare a cost sheet with the help of one problem. First of all, I will explain the question. The following data have been extracted from the books of Messrs. My Industries Limited for the calendar year 2016. Opening stock of raw material 25,000. Closing stock of raw material 40,000. Purchase of raw material 85,000. Carriage inwards 5,000. Wages direct 75,000. Wages indirect 10,000. Other direct charges 15,000. Rent and rates factory 5,000. Rent and rates office 500. Indirect consumption of material 500. Depreciation plant 1500. Depreciation office 100. Salary office 2500. Salary salesman 2000. Other factory expenses 5700. Other office expenses 900. Managing director's remuneration 12,000. Other selling expenses 1000. Traveling expenses of salesman 1100. Carriage and freight outwards 1000. Sales 2,50,000. Advertisement 2000. Advance income tax 15,000. Managing director's remuneration is to be allocated rupees 4,000 to factory, 2,000 to office and 6,000 to selling departments. From the following, prepare prime cost, work cost, cost of production, cost of sales and net profit. So based on this question, now we should find out whether the items are entered in which area. First one, opening stock of raw materials. That should be considered while calculating prime cost. Then closing stock of raw material. Again, that should be entered in prime cost. Then purchase of raw materials. That is also come under the head prime cost. Carriage inwards. That should also come under prime cost. Then wages. This is direct wages. This is also a part of prime cost. Then wages indirect. This is a part of factory overhead. Other direct charges. This is part of prime cost. Rent and rates factory. This is a part of factory cost or factory overhead. Rent rates office come under cost of production or office expenses. Then indirect consumption of material, that also factory overhead. Depreciation plant, that also factory overhead. Depreciation office, that is come under cost of production, that is office expenses. Salary office, that also cost of production office expenses. Then salary to salesman, that is come under cost of sales, selling overhead. Then other factory expenses that come under factory cost or factory overhead. Other office expenses, that is come under cost of production, that is office expenses. Managing director's remuneration 12,000. See, this is given in the paragraph that managing director remuneration is to be allocated 4,000 to factory cost or factory overhead. Then 2,000 to cost of production, that is office overhead. Then 6,000 to cost of sales, that is selling overhead. That also come under various. Then traveling expenses of salesman, that will come under cost of sales, selling overhead. Carriage and freight outward come under cost of sales, selling overhead. Then sales, that will be come under the cost sheet. Then advance income tax, that will not be considered while preparing cost sheet. Then advertisement, that is come under cost of sales, that is selling and distribution overhead. Based on this, we are going to prepare a cost sheet. Now, first of all, as per the question, opening stock of raw material, right? Opening stock of raw material. that is given as 25,000. Then add purchases. Purchases of raw material 85,000. So 1,10,000. Along with this, less closing stock of raw materials. Closing stock of raw material is 40,000. So that will come as 70,000. This is material consumed, raw material consumed. $70,000. Along with this, we add carriage inwards. Carriage inwards 5,000. Then next is direct wages. Direct 75,000. Then other direct charges 15,000. Other direct charges 15,000. So we add together 1,65,000. This is prime cost. Means direct material, direct labor and direct overhead. This come as prime cost. Then we are going to find out work cost. So in order to get work cost, you can add factory expenses along with the prime cost. Now add all factory overheads. Add factory overheads. First one is wages, indirect wages 10,000. Second one is indirect material 500. Then depreciation planned 1,500. Other factory overhead 5,700. Rent and rates factory 5,000. MD remuneration, managing director's remuneration here. Managing director's remuneration 4,000 belongs to factory overhead. So find out the total. So you will get 1,91,700. This is called factory cost or work cost. Along with this work cost, we can add office and administrative overheads. Add office and admin overheads. Rent and rates. Office 500. Depreciation on furniture. Furniture 100. Salary. Office salary 2500. Other office expenses 900. Managing Director remuneration. Out of 12,000, 4,000 goes to factory overhead. Then 2,000 goes to office overhead. 2,000. So total 1,97,700. This is termed as cost of production. Along with the cost of production, we can add selling and distribution expenses. Selling and distribution overheads. Salary. Salesman 2,000. MD remuneration 6,000. Other selling expenses 1,000. Traveling expenses 1,100. Carriage outwards 1,000. Advertisement 2,000. So total 2,10,800. This is cost of sales. So if we add profit along with the cost of sales, we will get selling price. So selling price is given. Sales is given in the question. That is 2,50,000. So how much is the profit? So that is the difference between sales and the cost of sales. That is 39,200. This is the way in which we want to prepare cost sheet. Thank you. Hope you understood well. Please subscribe those who like my video. Once again, thank you.